What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles. Coming at you today with another figure review. Today we're going to take a look at the Super7 Toxic Crusaders Toxie figure. This is kind of a one-shot figure that they done from the Toxic Avengers toy line from the 80s. Looking at our packaging here, we have what we've kind of become accustomed to with seeing with Super7. We've got kind of this protective cardboard box that actually protects the actual box that Toxie is in. So we can see there on the front, we've got kind of that Toxic Crusaders logoing, Super7 branding in the bottom as we spin it on around. On the back side here, we have a little bit of legal jargon. That's really it for this box. It's not really made to be pretty, it's just made to protect the actual box that he's inside of. Let's go ahead and pull that box out of our cardboard box. All right, guys, so we got Toxie's box out of its protective box, and here's what we have. Again, Super7 doing a phenomenal job with the boxes and the box art for their Super7, I guess, Ultimates figures. I don't know that this figure is considered part of the Ultimate line, but it's certainly done in that same style. The box, the accessories, very, very similar to the Ultimates line. It does not have the Ultimates branding up top that we were used to seeing with the Thundercats and the TMNT line. So looking at the box, we've got a really nice green, bright green, would look fantastic on a shelf if you wanted to display this behind your figure. Looks really, really good. Kind of has that almost like a caution cone type of look to it there along the bottom. Got some Super7 branding there on the front. As we flip on around to the back of the box, we have nothing here. So on the Thundercats and the TMNT line, we did have their own logoing there. We have nothing here on this box. Flipping around, we'll go ahead and pull off our slip cover here and see what we got. All right, with our slip cover removed, we've got a phenomenal view here of Toxie. We can see all of his accessories as well as him here in our packaging. Just got that nice window packaging. Got his name here on the front. Kind of that same caution. You know, it would almost be like if it was radioactive material or some type of a caution barrier that this box is kind of resembling. Looks really, really nice. Flipping on around to the back, we've got here that nice warning symbol there. Toxic Crusaders warning this package contains Toxie, the likable, lumpy-headed hero. So just a little bit of backstory on this guy. You know, it started off as the Toxic Avenger, which was kind of a movie from the 80s. It was very adult-themed or adult-oriented, kind of a gory, you know, high language type of movie. Definitely not made for kids. They spun it off into a kind of a child's or a kid's TV cartoon. And that's where we got the Toxic Crusaders. They wanted to create additional characters that they could build into a toy line, and they did so. Me and my brother had many of them. Major Disaster, obviously Toxie. They had a whole line, and it was pretty cool. The characters were very attractive to children just from their makeup. So this guy is really based off of the Toxic Crusaders cartoon line, not the Toxic Avenger movie, even though they are the same property. Let's go ahead and pull Toxie and his accessories out of this package and we'll take a look at what we got. All right, guys, so we got Toxie out of his packaging and on a review table. Let's run through the accessories. So the first thing we'll look at here, we have his mop with the American flag there on it. This looks really good. The American flag is plastic. I believe on the original toy, I want to say this was like a sticker, so this durability was very questionable. This time it is hard plastic, so you're not going to have to worry so much about durability or, you know, kind of breaking down over time. All of the mop here is hard plastic. This is the pose it's going to be in. It's not going to change or be molded in any other way. But it does look really good. You can see here, very detailed. All of the entire mop just has all that nice sculpted detail. Looks really good. Next up, we have his shield here. It's got Toxic Crusaders painted here on it. Looks really, really good. The paintwork is done well, nice and crisp. Everything stays in the lines. And then on to the back here, you can see we've got our handle kind of made out of what looks like a pipe and an elbow there. Looks good. We also got 3 of these, I guess like grenade cans here. So all of this is really something that mimics the original toy. And I'll throw up a picture here to kind of show, you know, the similarities in Toxie and the original toy here in a few minutes. Next up, we got Blobby, which is his little sidekick. Now, originally, in the original toy line, this came, it was glow in the dark. Don't believe that's the case this time, but it looks really, really good. And this is made to sit on his shoulder. You can see there's a peg hole there, and then he has a peg hole right there on his shoulder. So really cool that he gets his little sidekick for this toy line. Again, just mimicking the original toy line. Now, another cool item, you can see the head sculpt we have here with the bandana on it. That is accurate to the original toy. They give us another head sculpt here. This is accurate to the cartoon. So the cartoon version did not have the bandana. So in Super7's attempt to pay attention to detail as they have been doing, they gave us a phenomenal second head sculpt. Got the bulging eye. Look how well the painted work is done on the teeth. So well done. Just a bumpy headed little guy here. Really, really nice. Good job by Super7. Let's take a closer look at our figure. All right, guys, so let's bring our Toxie figure in, do a little close-up detail look on him. So we can see here, same as with the other head sculpt, just real nice paint work there on the teeth, everything real crisp. The lines are there. I love it. You know, when you pay what you have to pay for the Super7 figures, you don't want to see the same type of paint work that you see on something like a Marvel Legend at 20 bucks. And really especially with the TMNT line, and now I see with Toxie as well, we're getting what we're paying for, and I'm so grateful for that. But you can see here the shirt done in an orange. All the paint work is real crisp and clean. Looks really, really good. Moving on around to the back side here. Just continuing that nice paint work. This is a, I guess, I don't know if that's like a, I'm not real sure what this is around his waist, what that's there for, if it's almost like a tutu or something. It's kind of what it looks like, but it is a soft rubber that you know is not sealed into place. So that may be something you could remove if you just didn't want it on the figure. Moving on down here, got some nice paint work and sculpt work there on the wristband. Same over here. Moving on down to the legs, they did a good job here on kind of these jeans / pants. They have kind of a nice texture to them there. They look good. Mine's got some type of oil or something there. It's coming off. It's actually coming off on my fingers, whatever it is. But coming on down, got the boots real nice, done in orange. They did a good job here. You know, with kind of that open boot, kind of broken open there at the end. Then on this side, you got a little bit of kind of goo or ooze kind of leaking out of that boot. Looks really, really good. So he has kind of this strap that runs back and across. So you are able to put the his mop here if you wanted to store it here versus him holding it. And then obviously here you got the peg for his little buddy Blobby. All right, so looking at this guy as far as articulation, we can get the head down to there. It's not really down, looking straight ahead up to there. Pretty good. And get back and forth, a little bit of tilt side to side, and a full 360 if you want it. Get them shoulders up to there. We do have a nice bicep swivel here. Feels a little loose. This one not so much, but they are slightly loose there. We got just a 90-degree there at the elbow. Does pretty good. The wrists, pretty much your standard wrist articulation there. Get the full 360 on it. We got a nice ab crunch. You can see there, forward and back. Okay, got a little bit of swivel here right at the waist area. So good articulation there. We can get those legs out to about right there. They will swivel at the top of the thigh. No cut in the thigh. 90 degrees. We got a cut just above the boot there and the calf, and then all the articulation you want down here in the ankle area. You can see that'll let you pose it. All right, so as far as getting these accessories on Toxie, so we can see here if we want to, unfortunately, you know, and this is not a huge gripe, but one thing that I do wish we had here with Toxie, I wish we had a couple pair of hands, even just one more set of hands would have been nice. We don't have that, but as far as the accessories, his hands, he pretty much has two holding hands, and you're able just to slide, you know, those accessories right in without any problem at all. Okay, and again, those, you know, you can see here, they're very loose in the bicep. So that's a little bit of a missed opportunity, I think, for them. So I don't know, you might could find a way to kind of keep that from happening. But you know, it looks really good. I'll throw up a side-by-side here of the original figure so you can see kind of the comparison with those two. And they look really almost identical. We've got the added articulation here with this guy. Obviously, he's a bigger scale, so he can scale with your 6 and 7 inch figures. But it looks really, really good. Now, as far as putting his little buddy here up on the shoulder, it's very easy to do. You just slide that on the peg, and he just sits right there on the shoulder, just like that. Looks really nice. Last cool thing we'll talk about here before we do a size comparison, these eyes, the bulging eye, is glow in the dark. So we'll go ahead and cut off our lighting here. We'll see if our camera will pick it up. There we go. So very, very cool addition there. If you're sitting in a room and, you know, your man cave, you walk in, you're not able to see anything else, you will see this glowing eye sitting on your set shelf. So that's a pretty cool feature. Not something that they had to do. They just kind of threw it in there. Would have been nice had they added that same glow-in-the-dark feature to Blobby, his little buddy. Let's go ahead and bring in some additional figures for size comparison. All right, guys, so we've got the new Super 7 Lion-O. We've got the new Super 7 Raphael. So you can see he scales perfectly with these two guys. That is one nice thing about if you get into the Super 7 line, especially into that Ultimates line, or again with Toxie, I don't know that he is part necessarily of the Ultimates line. It doesn't say it on the box like it does with TMNT and Thundercats, but they're scaling all these guys well together. They're using the same scale. So he's going to fit on a shelf, on a Super 7 shelf, perfectly as far as the scale is concerned. We'll pull in just a standard 6-inch Marvel Legend here, just so you can see kind of how that stacks up. As far as from a size standpoint, it could probably fit in with your Marvel Legends as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Love to have you as part of the Man Cave Collectibles team. Put comments down below. What do you think of this figure? What do you think of the Super 7 lines in general? The Thundercats, the TMNT line, is it something you're picking up? Do you not care for it? If not, why? Why do you not like the line? Love to hear your guys' feedback. Love the conversations that we typically have in the comments section. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time.